Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Professionals Pulse. I'm Farida Musaddi, the co founder and CEO of Al Fateh Technologies Dubai. Al Fateh, as you all know by now, is a tech consultancy firm which is based here in Dubai with the capabilities to serve complex IT requirements globally. And today, what we are going to talk about. Um, I'm actually very thrilled to bring you this topic because this topic has become the global movement across industries, which is the rise of health and wellness products in the fast moving consumer goods FMCG sector. Well, in recent years, consumers have become increasingly health conscious, driving a shift in the products they choose. From organic foods and natural skincare to plant based alternatives and functional beverages, the demand for wellness centered products is reshaping the FMCG landscape. And today, we have with us Ankita Patel, who has her expertise in the FMCG industry. Ankita will walk us through the factors driving this trend, how companies are adapting to consumer expectations, and what the future holds for the health focused innovation. Whether you're an industry professional, an entrepreneur, or just curious about the transformation of everyday products, this episode promises valuable insights. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the rise of health and wellness products in FMCG. First of all, Ankita, thank you so much for being a part of the Professionals Pulse today.
I should thank you, Farida, to let me speak about this important topic, which is, just like fire in the market as of now, since everybody is looking towards is like the health conscious product, be it in terms of cosmetics, be it in terms of food, be it in terms of clothes, everywhere it's there now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for everyone out there, Ankita is the proud founder of Snacky Grams, which is a company dedicated to bringing high quality, flavorful snacks to health conscious consumers. At Snacky Grams, they specialize in offering a wide range of premium nuts and seeds from gourmet flavor varieties to raw, natural options, all carefully crafted to deliver both the taste and the nutrition. As the founder, she's always been very passionate about healthy eating and providing better snack options for people who, like her, want to enjoy delicious food without compromising on quality or nutrition. She started Snacky Grams with the mission to create snacks that are not only satisfying and convenient, but also aligned with the growing demand for wholesome natural ingredients. Once again, Ankita, welcome to the Professionals Pulse.
Thank you, Farida.
So, to start with, what factors, according to you today, are driving the growing demand for health and wellness products in this FMCG sector?
See, to be honest, what I think is that the increased health awareness because of internet, because of social media power, everybody is going through, like what's good for me, how much sugar I should take, and these all answers they do not have to go to visit a doctor, dietitians, or nutritionists. They easily can get it searched on internet on browsing histories, like so that's why the consumers are shifting their preferences towards the healthier version of any type of consuming food. When it comes to food, and like if even if somebody is having a chips, before having chips in my oldest day, I never used to see that what calories are there, like is it oil fried or not. I just used to just go to the market, take the chips and have it and just throw the wrapper. That's how the thing used to work. But after the pandemic, I believe it have changed a lot. People are looking towards like, okay, how much sugar I'm consuming, is it low on calorie, or how much calories I'm consuming. So people can nowadays count their calories as well, by their own selves. So that's the
Correct.
major shift. Isn't like I've seen after the pandemic, to be honest. Before to that, is like people never bothered. Majorly, people never bothered until and unless some health issues occurred to their selves. So this
Absolutely.
is what I believe. And I see that, because of the social media and all of this, the awareness is as such, the convenience of the healthier version of in the FMCG products. It's very easy now. It's like the convenience. You'll see every second product or every third product in the if even if you go to the supermarket, every third product is related to something the healthier version of it. Even if I'll just be says for example, biscuits. So the
Yeah.
brand company who was just making like a refined flour biscuits, now they have shifted to the whole wheat
Whole
and
wheat. Yes.
all. Yeah, so
Brand.
that's how they are converting their selves, because they know that now this is spreading a lot in the market in terms
Correct.
of health awareness. So
Correct.
majorly the I believe that the major aspect would be internet, social media, and the
Correct.
influencers. So that's how I believe it is.
Yes. And I agree because I myself, today, when I go out to buy, let's say, snacks for my son or for home, I always look out for baked options rather
Exactly.
than the fried chips. So we all look towards this. But again, Ankit, I want to ask you this. There are so many options, which are
Mhm.
available. Um Again, for the consumer, aren't some products also a little misleading? Because do you feel that the kind of awareness which is required for every individual may not be there, and there's so much of competition now which has
Yeah.
entered even this market, so that isn't that a challenge for you?
For me, see, I'll be super honest, as in, like, when I started my brand, my vision was very clear that I know people would not give up on their taste. Okay, in a
Absolutely.
day, the person cannot go all their meals, snacks on the healthier version. Okay, the first breakfast, ठीक है, okay, I can eat the normal, like no carbs, only protein and all sort of thing. Afternoon lunch, okay, but early evening break, I don't want to eat any healthy thing. I want something, which gets me on that taste, that okay, this is what I was waiting for. And I know
Correct.
this was the main thing, where I understood that people would not give up on the taste just for the sake of health. Because first half of the day they have already taken for the the health consciousness, and they have done their protein, they have done their gyms and everything. But the second half of the day they want something which tastes better, but yet they don't want to get into the guilt of that, okay, the first half I did well and the second half I just ruined it up. So that's the reason I created my snacky grams, is because that in the early evening, if somebody is having nuts, okay, and I kept my nuts in the original form, is because I didn't want it to make it into the bar or something like that. Because
Okay.
yet people think that the bar is like the protein bar or something like that, it needs to have some sort of you can say the additives which are not good
Correct.
for health. It cannot be binded or cannot stay a longer in that packet. Okay, it
Correct.
needs to have the additives, it needs to have a little bit preservatives and everything. So what I did is that, okay, let me keep the nuts in their original form, and added and penetrated my nuts with a little bit of flavors. But flavors are also very organic. So that's how, because I know that if somebody is going to consume nuts, they'll be like, okay, the nuts are very, like, it's like, okay, not so tasty, it does not have any taste as such. So let me just better go and buy some baked chips. If somebody is not good with chips and they really want to consume nuts, okay, they can. Why cannot? If somebody is craving for a while working or while traveling, they craving for a coffee, and they cannot have it. So we have made a sesame latte almond, which is
Okay.
crunchy, which is amazing in taste and satisfy your little food hunger. So that's
Okay.
what main thing which we are standing out from the market as of now. Whatever nuts we getting in the market, they are basically the oldest one, the oldest crop, to be honest. Then those
Okay.
are air fried or something like that. Even if you bake your nuts, it reduces the protein life into it. So that's
Okay.
the R&D which we have done a lot about it. So that's why we air roast our nuts. So it does not. It's like zero calories and zero trans fat, no added preservative. So it's in the original form. We didn't want to change the originality. So that's
Okay.
how I believe. It's like, if there is an innovation, and yes, there is a hell lot of competition in the market, because the
Absolutely.
big brand, if you see in the market, the big brand, they are shifting their products into the healthier version what they're already serving. So
Absolutely.
of
Yes.
course, for the newcomers, if somebody is
The
coming new
challenge.
into the market, it is challenging. It is damn challenging because people already trusting their old products. They trust the brand, and that brand is creating something healthier version. Of course, me being a person, me being, if I'm going, I'm searching from the noon Amazon or any website. I'm going to e-commerce. I'll be searching biscuits. Of course, the few names of the big brands would
Big
just show
brands.
up,
Yes.
and I'll end up buying from that itself. That okay, if these people are serving a good my
Healthier
like
version.
healthier
Yes.
version, then why would I not buy? Why would I just scroll down and go for that one brand? So of course, for the
Correct.
newcomers, it's a really tough place to make a space in the market and to create an impact on the people.
Absolutely. I agree with this. We always get the first few names at the top list
Yes,
and we go in for that. So,
exactly.
yeah. Uh, how are these FMCG companies adopting their product lines to meet the increasing focus on the health and wellness sector? As you said, companies who were earlier, into manufacturing regular chips or regular this, and now they are shifting to this. So, how does that adaptation take place?
See, adaptation, if I'll tell you, then reforming the existing product. Okay. So nowadays, companies are taking the initiative to reformulate their existing product, and
Okay,
reformulation is not at all easy task, because the
absolutely.
existing product would be made of XYZ of the cheaper, say suppose a refined flour, and the whole like the refined sugar. And
Correct.
now if they
Refined
are
oil.
shifting, exactly, refined oil, and the big companies always do in a bulk production, so their production line is very huge. So if they are doing
Absolutely.
R&D and getting like the plant based, say suppose they want to add a plant based protein, they want to add a low, make it into the low calories, and they want to use a plant based, say suppose oat milks, and they are not using the milk, normal milk, or something like that. So the R&D cost involves a huge lot pressure on the big companies, and that is where the small companies win, to be honest. As in, like, this is what I believe. The big
Yes, that's true.
companies, if they are forming one product, for example, this is a famous biscuit brand, and they are converting, shifting their biscuit brand, that exactly the brand, into a healthier version of it. But if the pricing is higher, of course, because the raw material
Expensive would
cost
not.
increases eventually, R&D cost increases, and when I say the R&D cost is like because the dietitians and nutritionists have to take care about the vitamins, minerals going into it, and if they're adding something extra, that this, for example, the biscuit I am consuming now, the brand have bought new to it, which has a new minerals, vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin D3, or something like that. Of course, they are adding the cost to it also, if they're writing the labels. So that is where I believe that, and they are doing it well, of course, with language. But in the big companies, it takes a little longer time, little longer procedure to bring such change into their existing product.
Yes.
But yet the big company have to do it, because major they of the you can say the consumers are shifting towards the healthier version nowadays. Even back then nobody bothered, but now everybody's bothered. As in, like, out of 10, 8 people are bothered that what I'm eating now in a day.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's how people are shifting, and then the big companies are shifting, and that's how the small companies is like this, get clicks in the market, because they
correct.
do not have a huge, you can say, expenses in terms
Huge
of
process.
R&D.
Yes, correct,
Huge process. The small companies do not have a huge hierarchy which it has to follow. So yeah, that's how is like the small companies do well, and sometimes it just get clicks, and the market knows that okay, for this biscuit I like this, but for the healthier version I would go for this.
correct,
you know
correct.
so that's how it's happening. But yeah, it's like there is a regulation existing. Reformulation of the product is happening a lot in the market, be it in terms of any sort of FMCG brand you'll see, be it in terms
Correct.
of cosmetics also, you'll see the
Yeah.
existing product, be it in terms of toothpaste also. you know
Yes.
the
Yeah.
existing product nowadays, it has some than the other vitamins, minerals, that you should buy this. It's not only the freshness, but now you'll get the vitamin C, calcium, and what or not. So
Correct.
yeah, the
Correct.
people are shifting towards it.
And yes, again, a consumer at the end of the day is health conscious, so they want healthier options, but they also are very price sensitive. So there
Yes.
is only one certain section of the society, maybe, who would not look at the price, but there's a large or a major chunk who would also want a good option in a less budget. So
Yes.
that also is something which big companies have to take care of when they are going through that adaptation.
Yes.
Correct, correct. And of course, the taste. So at the end of the day, even if after doing all this, people don't like the taste, no matter what the brand, they're not going to choose that again. Yes,
Exactly. And
correct,
if the my mind is set for, say, suppose for my one toothpaste, I'm spending this amount. And if there is a new brand coming up with the same price but the health benefits, I would rather prefer that. Instead of, the existing brand increasing a little amount, okay, to their existing product and then selling it, I would say okay, but I am habitual of buying this product from this brand at this price. But now why to increase? If I want to increase, then okay, no problem, I would shift to another brand. I
yeah,
will pay extra bucks, I don't mind paying extra bucks, but this company may be specialized only in providing the healthier version of what I want. So that
correct,
is also the mindset, as you correctly said, the majorly people, if you have set one target price in the market and that people know about it, and then you convert your existing product into the healthier version and increase the price, it creates a huge impact on the company. It does.
that's true, that's true. Um, so yes, these are, as you mentioned, some of the challenges also, which I was going to ask you that FMCG brands face when they are shifting to the healthier products. But I want to know specifically from you as well, any challenges that you faced in your journey while launching Snacky Grams.
Oh yes, definitely yes. Reason being because major thing was R&D. While researching that, what existing products do we have in the market, what people are habitual of eating, and what benefit they're getting out of it, and at what price point they are purchasing it, the common price point. Now here the snacky grams, to be honest, it's the product what we have, it's not available in the market yet. So this
Okay,
is a first mover advantage, yes, we do have. However, the people are not majorly aware to what we are serving as of now. Okay.
okay,
And before the existing competitor what we have in the market, we stand out completely different in terms of flavors, in terms of health nutrition facts, and in terms of calorie counts, or anything. We also did tie up and we spoke to many dietitians, we spoke to nutritionists, and we showed them that these products are made of this, and this is what our goal and motto is. Yes, they took time to understand the process and to evaluate the lab test what we did from our flavors, what things should be. So I'll tell you the small instinct of one of the product which has it has to be a little sweeter, on the sweeter side. So
Okay.
I'll tell you the sesame latte. So it has to be. So we did not want it to go for a white sugar or refined sugar by any ways. And the taste what we wanted, we were not getting the exact taste because the taste plays a huge role here.
Correct.
So we the R&D, this for the one particular product, the R&D took for about a really long good time, and then we came to the conclusion of not getting the stevia because for the teenagers it's not good. The
It's
stevia is
not.
not good for their health. Okay, for the
Correct.
people above 20s it's okay, no problem. But the stevia what is available in the market we cannot give to the teenagers, the growing stage of the person. So then our R&D team decided to go for a coconut sugar,
Okay.
which is organic. So the the sugarcane sugar, or you can say a good, or you can say jaggery powder. It's also an unhealthy version, to be honest. Okay, to get into it. But when we got into the coconut sugar, so we had to do the lab test for the coconut sugar also. What we taking from where we purchasing non-GMO, the or organic one, and then we checking the nutrition value of the coconut sugar and how much to add and what not to add in the products. So that is a huge thing what we did as of until now. So I understand that, okay, being a startup or being a new brand in the market, I am doing so much, then I understand that how big brand can just not shift their product from existing ones to the healthier version, because it
Absolutely.
includes so
Lot of
many a
research. Yeah.
lot of process, and it cannot be like a little bit here and there. It has to be on point. So that's how it is, because if we are selling with the name that this is the health version or healthy snack, then it has to be the one.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that's how the main motto was. So this was a challenge, as in, like, we had to face for the one ingredient in so this one ingredient does not even contain 2% of the 100% in one product. So for the 2% of the 100% of one product, it was so much hassle. So this is what I think, that when I say, when anybody says that it's a healthy product, so even the 1% or 0.5% ingredient what is including in that product
Matters.
has to go through the you can say, like, lot of process. It requires a lot of process.
Yes, yes. Because after all, you are claiming that you are giving a healthier version. So
Yes,
that claim has to be based on some scientific research, proper lab
yes,
tests. Otherwise, and FMCG, I think, is a very sensitive industry.
yes.
Anything going wrong anywhere, and the company can
It
be in
ruins the
trouble.
brand. Yeah, it
Yes,
ruins
yes.
the brand,
Correct.
and you
Ruins the
cannot.
trust of the people.
Yes. So you
Yes,
cannot play with the trust of people in the market who's consuming your product with all heart and relying on the label which you have provided. So this
correct,
is what I believe, that if somebody is saying that, okay, I'm selling snack, no problem. But if you are adding a healthy term into your snack or anything, you have to make sure that the person who is going to consume it does not have any harm to it, and it's actually the health benefits they should get. So yes,
correct.
I'll also tell you the one instinct that while the developing of my products, we used to consume it for about a year before getting into the market. So we understood that what benefit it is getting through one bunch of people, if they are consuming it on a daily basis, what benefit did they feel. So we got that, and so it's again a long process to understand the people who's consuming on a daily basis your snack, Okay,
True.
and how exciting it is for them to open a packet of snacky grams on a day. So
Correct.
it matters a lot, because people, if people get bored, no matter how healthy it is, they'll not eat it.
They'll not eat it. Yes.
Exactly. So that's the main motto what we had to look after. There are so many as well. First is taste. Second is the health. Like all the things has to be inside it. It has to be healthier thing. And third is that variety. One thing
Correct.
cannot be consumed every day. Even in the chips, people think that okay, today I have had this flavor. Let me have this flavor, another flavor. So that's how we wanted to keep the variety for our consumers, that okay, we understand that eating same flavor or same nut on a daily basis is not possible. So getting into the different type of nuts, different type of flavors would be exciting for the people.
Correct.
This is how it is.
So now, from the production and the creation, if we move to the marketing side, how has the rise of e-commerce impacted the availability and the marketing of these products?
See, I'll be it's because of the accessibility through e-commerce. It has a wide range, as in, like, if I'll compare it to the one supermarket, to be honest,
Yeah.
then that is a static supermarket. Okay, the same bunch of people would be coming, 80%. 20% are movables, as in, like, if somebody is moving or passing by that store,
Absolutely.
those
They enter that one.
20%, yeah, they'll end up landing into it. However, the as in, like, if I'll say the e-commerce, it is a global reach. If say suppose I want to sell my product made in UAE to somebody sitting in the London, okay, I can do that. But
Correct.
instead of getting myself presence in their supermarket would be costlier for me. Okay,
Absolutely.
in terms of transportation, getting the distributor, getting the storage facility and all whatnot. Okay,
Correct.
however, if I do the same thing on the e-commerce, and some person who wants to eat the flavored nuts on a daily basis, and they come to the any e-commerce website, they find my product, they get it delivered it there, and it's easier for me as well, right? Because the big platforms which we have available right now, they are giving us leeway to sell our product anywhere in the market,
We're in the
right?
market.
Yeah.
Correct.
Also, the most important, the person coming to the supermarket have the time consciousness. Okay, that I don't want to spend my time in the supermarket. I go there, I have a list already. In nowadays, people are very busy. They just get the list, and go to the specific counter, take the same brand and come back. However,
Correct.
on the e-commerce, we get the leeway of comparing my products, because the
Searching.
e-commerce, yes, e-commerce website eventually gives us, like, leeway or compare it by themselves. So
Correct.
they compare it, and then they show it, okay, the lowest price is this brand selling. Okay,
Correct.
and yeah, so
Yeah. You have filters where you can.
filters, exactly. So say suppose, and in supermarket, some people do not like to go and ask at the counter, okay, I want this specific thing, okay, I only want almonds who's only air roasted, can I get? No, nobody would go and ask that. But on the e-commerce, we get the leeway of just typing that, okay, flavored nuts, okay, I want the air roasted nuts only. So you get
Correct.
that options, so you do not have to ask anybody, or you do not have to step out of the house and waste time, or you do not step out of the office and get your time to go to the supermarket, drive, come back. Instead, you just click 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 and it gets it delivered. And you also get the transparency of reading the, I believe, the labels behind the each product, be it any product. So nowadays, every e-commerce website are keeping it a very firm that if you are a brand, you should be giving the nutrition facts in the main image as well. It should be very
Yeah.
transparent, that people should be able to read that what nutrition facts we are getting out of it. So that is also
Correct.
the benefit, that after it comes to me, and then I open and check. No, before I just compared it, and then I order my product. So that
True.
how leeway it is, and it's very good for the brands like us, and best for the consumers, to be honest. Comparing price, transparency of the label, and comparing the brand, and so that's how it is, and we get the wider range to the audience, being a company, instead of getting
Absolutely.
ourselves placed in the store. Brands usually nowadays spend on getting their place on the e-commerce side.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Again, Ankita, how do you think these companies also leverage the concept of sustainability
Oh,
while
right.
keeping in mind this
Yes.
trend? Because nowadays, wherever you go, I think sustainability is one word which is coming up in almost every industry.
Yes.
And here again, I think sustainability plays a very important role. So, what's your take on that?
See, what I think, that when I say the FMCG companies, be it any, in fact, the service industries as well nowadays, or be it product industry, everybody is regulated through the sustainability program. It is compulsory nowadays, what I believe, especially for the big FMCG companies, or the big FMCG factories, or you can say who manufacture. So I think it's a interconnection. I This is what I feel, that it is an interconnection between the development of product with sustainability.
Correct.
When sustainability is very important in our days as of now, because of the past, what we have already done a lot. We are already carrying a lot of baggage regarding to the carbon footprints which we have left, and which cannot be which cannot be changed now. So the one thing we can do is that we focus on sustainability henceforth. So this is what
Correct.
I believe. Yeah. And it is interconnected. See, people are shifting towards a plant-based protein. People are shifting towards a plant-based, you can say, uh, getting less into the animal harm or something like that. So because people know that what effect it is leaving on the our society. So that's
Correct.
the main thing. And the companies, most importantly, people are getting into it, like, like going for the organic farming, which does not leave the land barren after some time. So they also look after their, like, I'll tell you that the from the growers from where we buy the nuts, so in
Okay.
California also, they are shifting towards from the base product. Okay, the base thing, they are reducing the pesticide or whatever it is, and
Correct.
converting themselves into in such a way that the land or the soil life increases. So that's the main motto, is like the companies nowadays are shifting towards their lesser use of water in the factory, lesser use of electricity, fastest production line, lesser use of, you can say, the air conditions or something like that. So that's how the companies also shifting, using the recyclable packaging, right? Instead of going for the pure plastic one, people are going for the biodegradables one, which cannot be done. If they cannot avoid the plastic, yes, the biodegradable plastics are available nowadays in the market, and people are shifting towards it. Many companies or big companies is like uh, D2B, as in, like, if I'll tell you, the business companies who purchases from the factories,
Hmm.
they ask themselves, that it's better that we buy ourselves only the sustainable packaging product. If you have something in sustainable packaging, we'll be taking you on board. If not, we'll not. So these all steps are already been taken in the market aggressively as of now, what I have seen. So yeah, as in like many things comes into picture when we say about sustainability. And I believe each one, as in like it's as an individual as well, not only as a company, but as an individual as well, we should think about sustainability
Correct.
on a day-to-day life, not only on the perspective of being a big company or something, but on a day-to-day life also we can do many things to control the unnecessary usage of energies around us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Um, Also, Ankita, according to you, uh,
Mm-hmm.
what can we expect? This trend which we discussed at the beginning also. How is this trend going towards the health and wellness products? The trend is growing. So, what
Yes.
does the future look for you? Do you see a complete change of products where all healthy versions coming up more and more, or do you think there'll be an equal market for both of them? According to you, because you are getting into the industry, you're facing the challenges, you're right there. So
Yeah.
what would you say? And as we were talking even before we started, as you mentioned that now you have started giving out these products at airports and in certain sectors, and you're still to enter the main market. So what do you think, will it be difficult for you to get out there, compete with the bigger brands? How will the trend go towards? How will people be educated? Because as we were talking, price sensitivity is still existing. Uh, People want something healthy. People are also price sensitive, health conscious. There are numerous things. It's not that today, if I take any regular chips, they are equally selling in the market as compared to the others, which I feel is still a lesser market. I would
Hmm.
not say they are at par. So, what's your take on that, and how do you see the future?
For me, yes, I'll be super honest that before starting to this product, I had no intention of getting myself into the retail and doing the good numbers or something like that. My main vision was to, to create something creative, unique, which is loved by all, and it everybody should get something out of it, and keeping their taste in mind. Because I'll if you'll see the past market, so it was been dominant by the some big brands since a long time. Okay.
Correct,
And now if you'll see the market, it have like, so many brands in every aspects, be it
correct.
any aspect. Before there used to be, five or few brands in the market who used to rule, and the newcomers did not had many platforms to do as in like marketing. In terms of, there was only traditional marketing
In stores,
stream
local
going on.
shops. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
That is how it was going on. But now what I feel is that the marketing option are is like so many people. Everybody have phone in their hands, and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you have a normal person is also have the access to these three applications basically.
Correct,
And be it in terms of health awareness, so that's the main thing where the health awareness started off. Because even the dietitian nutrition nowadays making a small short videos and putting on the YouTube,
correct.
Instagram, Facebook, to make aware about what is healthy and what is unhealthy, and they do their own marketing. Correct.
Correct.
So that's how it is, the cross marketing happens. That if the good dietitian and nutrition who have good followers can recommend my product, and people trust on word of mouth, to be honest.
Yes. Yes.
Nowadays it's not like, I need a good face, good looking face, who's famous and who'll just, open the packet and eat it. No, but nowadays people more are conscious about that. Okay, what, who's normal person is having that, the same
Correct.
product, and what review does that consumer have put in
Correct.
on that product. And
Correct.
whenever I personally, when I go to the e-commerce website, when I purchase something healthier, be it cosmetics, be it food item, or be it like a household anything, I always check on the reviews. So
Correct.
majorly people are giving the reviews nowadays, and especially people give review if it's not good. So
Yes.
we see that, that okay, why this person have written that, okay, this does not match my taste, this does not help me. It's so we understand, we as a customer understand now. Majorly it's not 50-50 ratio as of now in the market, like, it was then back then. But now it is like more of a people want to go into the healthier version, not only the millennials or gen z's, but also the people, is like
Yeah.
my mom. If I'll tell you, she'll be
Every
like, no,
day.
I don't do sugar now. Okay, so
Correct.
back then it was not like that, not like this was not the case. So nowadays majorly people are shifting and effectively shifting towards the healthier version of whatever they are consuming on a day to day basis.
Correct.
So yeah, the market is huge as of now, and that's the main thing, that the big brands are also shifting their, original products into their healthier versions now. So
Correct.
this is what I feel. And nowadays the brand is also keeping the transparency to their
Yeah.
customers, unlike before. So
Yes.
before there was a like many cases where, the labeling were not too much, or it was never read by the people who
In
consumed
fact,
it,
we've seen famous brands who have, now been
getting into the
exposed.
trouble. Yeah,
Correct.
getting into the trouble because of
Yeah.
mislabeling. So
Yeah.
it's like we are fortunate to be in the country like UAE, where, the labels are compared with the lab test. Okay,
Okay.
so whenever we take the label approval from Dubai municipality or UAE municipality, they compare their labels with the lab test. So they ask you to upload the lab test, which is from the government laboratories. It is been compared with the label you are
That you
going to mention on the product. So it's so transparent, and people can really rely on the product what they are consuming,
correct.
and this is the regulation taken by the government, and it is very important to do that. Because if the people are going to consume, trust the label, and then they consume, and if it is something really opposite to it, then it might hamper in their life. It's like we are playing with somebody's life. It's something like
Absolutely.
that. So this is what I believe it. And nowadays, like people believe in personalizing in terms of brands. Also they make sure, the personalizing, the is like for women it's very important for us to have a D3, vitamin D3. It is very important for after 25 eventually. We start depleting the vitamin D3. Okay, be
Absolutely.
it married or unmarried. So
Correct.
that's the main part in women. And
Yeah.
if you're telling in a concept way, say suppose if I'm creating a concept with one trainer, gym trainer or something, that you're feeling you're feeling lazy, you're feeling sleepy, you don't feel like waking up early or something like that. These are all the common issues what we face all around. Okay, all the women face all around would be can relate to it, and then can buy it. So I've seen
Correct.
the brands playing with this very well. And like they choose the pick and choose the common what do we say, this
Problems which
common
people are facing.
problems, exactly, between the women, and then they target their customer accordingly. They know that's how they have studied well their market. It shows that how well they have studied their market, and
Correct.
eventually people buy it. Okay, so I face the same problem. okay, I might buy that product for sure. So that's how it is, and like it's pretty good. But yeah, majorly people are shifting towards it. So I would
Okay.
not say the ratio is 50-50 as of now.
And lastly, Ankita, how do you think as a brand, maybe you can talk about Snacky Grams also, how do you bind your customers? Because customers, as we mentioned, have so many varieties, so many options. So how do you, keep that customer with you so that they do not go in for other options, they remain your loyal customers?
Hmm.
What kind of strategies can you apply, or a business who's in the FMCG industry apply for that?
So for me, I understood one thing very clearly while studying the market, that nobody comes to the supermarket to buy nuts. So if
Correct.
they're passing by, they'll purchase it. Okay, so nobody adds on the list regarding the nuts. So it's like once in a month, if somebody in the family is consuming, then one time going in the grocery would go and purchase a kg packet or something like that. However,
Yes.
my concept is completely different in terms of creating the grab and go packets, a car packet. So I understood where people would might require these nuts, and they do not know yet that okay, I would require this. Instead of this, they would have just chosen biscuits. They would have chosen snack packets like chips or something like that. But I want to replace those things, so I have to understand when do they eat it. So that was
Correct.
the main part for me.
Okay.
First and second of all, I understood the convenience people want nowadays. We all are lethargic in terms of doing the shopping for grocery. Okay,
Correct.
we understand that we do not want to spend much time go
We
out
want it
and
at our doorsteps.
exactly. So we want convenience. We want to click and just get it delivered at our doorstep. So that service we have done. In terms of subscription basis, so especially for the office going people, like unlike just like in UAE, many there are many expects, isn't like of course. So people coming from another company being here doing everything on their own, okay, looking after their food and working for some company, it's not easy job. Back
Right.
in our hometown, we get everything served at our table, right?
Yes.
This is not the thing what we get here. So we face many things, like we face like okay, I don't want to go to grocery, I don't want to eat healthy, I want to eat something tasty because working for so long I'm bored now. So that's how we created with the exciting flavors, like see, we have added the mixed seeds with sweet chili flavor. We have the
Okay.
cranberry almonds. We nobody in the market is doing the walnut flavored walnuts.
Okay.
So we have the black pepper chia walnuts. So these all are healthy, but in terms of crunchy and tasty also. And we give it on a subscription basis that if you're working in XYZ company, you will be getting a weekly box. Okay, so every day you can have one nut in a day, and with a different flavor. Every day you will be eating a different product.
Correct.
That's how convenience, if they get it, I understood that. Of course they convenience what they are taking as of now, they are happy with it because they're getting new thing, taste, healthy, and the convenience. They do not have to step out, they do not have to even bother to just go browse the e-commerce also, because they already know we have the service, instant service, WhatsApp service. So whatever they want to make any changes in terms of okay, can I just get two more packets of instead of seeds, can I get more two packets of pistachios? Yeah, no problem. So that's how
Correct.
services we are giving with the convenience, so that people avoid unhealthy snacks and converts themselves into getting used to of eating nuts on a daily basis. Because
Absolutely.
what you get from the actual nuts instead of processed ones, as in like into the protein bar or something in the cereals also we take. Those all nuts are processed ones, and when you process anything, it loses its authenticity, and it loses the original nutrition. It loses the original. No, if it, even if it's written that it's okay, it's a completely 100% organic or something, but if it is processed, done, so it
Correct.
loses the nutrition by 50%. And
Okay.
what, so when we have the 20 grams of nuts packet, you get 5% of plant based protein. It's not like, it's not a whey protein or it's any other protein, made up protein. No, it's a plant based actual nut protein which you are going to get. And you will be
Correct.
not thinking okay, and then you'll feel like okay, you always feel like okay, I'm more energetic, I'm not feeling like bloated, or I'm not feeling like why did I eat this. You don't, it's a
You
guilt
don't
free
feel
snack. Exactly. So even in the second day, if I'm eating something tastier, which is guilt free, which is giving me benefit, then why not? So that's how
absolutely.
I understood the process, and that's how the convenience I'm giving to my customers at the very competitive price. And like, if they are going to buy oil fried cashews with some salt or barbecue flavor, I'm giving them the different flavor, pizza flavor. We have introduced pizza flavor, wherein we have put the mm organic tomato
Okay.
powder. We have added the organic oregano, basil powder, and also, and the cheese powder is, cheese is made up of the oat milk. So
Oh,
that detailing we have got into it and made it taste, and the flavors are not a huge coating on the nut. It's like a mild flavor, but you'll feel
okay.
that flavor, that okay,
Okay.
I'm craving something, like I want to eat some fast food pizza. Okay, why not eat a cashew pizza? It's a
Correct.
pizza based cashew, that is the name. So that's how we created it, that okay, in the
Okay.
evening nobody wants to eat bland, nobody wants to eat something healthy, and they don't want to get into that guilt trip as well. So that's how we come into picture with the convenience.
Absolutely. So, Ankita, once again, thank you so much for joining us today on Professionals Pulse and sharing all of these insights and thoughts, um, and the detailing that you have put into your brand. From the way you spoke, we can clearly make out that you've done a lot of research and you've studied the market at length before diving into these products, and every product has been made with so much of thought. As you mentioned, even
Yes.
the cheese is coming from oatmeal milk. So that
Yes.
kind of detailing, I think, is something which is very important, which consumers need today, and your research shows that. So thank you so much for all of these insights, and I'll definitely try your products
Sure.
from your website, I must say. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Farida, for giving chance, and it was great talking to you. And I hope that you keep doing it because it's really good, and I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much. So, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode. And it's clear from what we spoke about that as consumer priorities shift towards healthier lifestyle, uh, businesses will need to innovate and adapt to meet the demands of a more wellness conscious world. I hope this conversation has given you valuable takeaways on how the FMCG industry is evolving. Be sure to follow us on the Professionals Pulse for more thought provoking discussions with industry leaders who are shaping the future of business. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.